Mankind Pharma, we just saw the listing taking place, and it has been pretty much on expected lines, pretty healthy listing as well that we saw for it, currently quoting above the 1300 mark, given that Nikunj, we were just talking about earlier this morning, decent listing gains was expected, very strong domestic business, and looks like the street is taking credence to that.
Like we were discussing that this is the listing of the season, and it's good. Why? Because now markets are saying that India-focused companies, see, it's an India-focused business. Yeah. That's the differentiating factor. 90% plus business comes from India. What is the definition of a big Indian pharma company? 35% comes from India, 35% comes from the US market, remaining comes from the semi-generic market. That, I think, is the differentiating factor here. In India, the growth is high. It's almost like a double-digit growth. In India, you don't have too many pricing power across the board now, especially, and the pricing controls are only there in some qualified drugs which come under the drug control, which come under the drug control umbrella, so to speak. For Mankind, I think the chronic business is going. The ROS and the margins are strong. It's a listing where markets, in a sense, have not been very happy with the way how some of the pharma companies have had earning volatility. So here's a company which is a domestic play, gives you a play on complete visibility of earnings, decent, decent return ratios, and then you got a huge 3 to 5 year opportunity where you know that the chronic care segment in India is only going to increase as the per capita increases. I think it is still at a discount to MNC companies, but I will not be surprised that if a company like Mankind Pharma sooner than later actually starts commanding P multiples which are much above the traditional pharma sector, and it is closer to the MNC pharma companies. It will settle somewhere in between, above the traditional Indian pharma company and below the MNC pharma company. That's my sense.